Let's continue going over the hadith terminology. Al-Mustalah, we're reading from, or we are explaining the text of Al-Bayquniyah, according to the explanation of the Ethiopian scholar Al-Sheikh Al-Jabarti, rahimahullah ta'ala. Before we read the explanation, let's see what's next in the text. Let's see what's next in the text. We are on line 28 in the text. That's 28 out of 34 lines. And the author says, Muttafiqun. Muttafiqun lafzan wa khattan muttafiq. Wa ضده فيما ذكرنا المفترق. مؤتلف متفق الخط فقط وضده مختلف فاخشى الغلط. متفق لفظا وخطا متفق وضده فيما ذكرنا المفترق. مؤتلف متفق الخط فقط وضده مختلف فاخشى الغلط. What does this mean? Just brief meaning here, and then we're going to look at the explanation. Muttafiq, yani muttafiq, compliant, agreeing. Lafzan, in wording. Wa khattan, and script. Muttafiq, that's called muttafiq. Yani, agreeing, complying, complying, compliant. Compliant or agreeing in wording and script, this is about the names of people, is called muttafiq. وضده فيما ذكرنا المفترق. And its opposite in what we have mentioned is muftariq. Different. Or diverging. Mu'talifun. And then there's another kind. We'll see if we actually get to line 29 today, but we'll just read it for now. Mu'talifun. So if I say it this way, same spelling. Mu'talifun, same spelling, is muttafiqul khatli faqat, is agreement in spelling, in script only. وضده, and the opposite of that, mukhtalif, is so mukhtalif means different. Already set up here different. So let's say diverging. For muftariq, diverging. So we can have different words. وضده mukhtalif, and its opposite is different. Different as a name. فَخْشَى الْغَلَطُ, so fear blunder. So fear blunder. Yes. Because if there's anywhere you could blunder so easily, it's the names. And that's because names do not have a pattern. Yeah, some names have pattern, but names are not bound to patterns. Yes, there are names, there are known names. Yani, I see someone here, even in English, for example, someone's name is written here, Malik. So I can assume that's Malik with an alif, but could possibly be Malik. There's, yani, if I say Malik, that's what you call an educated guess. Only because most of the people they have whose names are spelled like that, in Arabic it would be Malik. But it's possible to be Malik. Even the name Malik is in the Quran. في مقعد صدق عند مليك مقتدر. Malik. So I'm assuming your name is Malik. So that's just to give you an idea here. Names don't have a pattern. Yani, there are known names, but being a name by virtue of name doesn't mean that it is necessarily the way you think it might be, just because it's a name of someone. I think you understand what I'm saying. Let's see what the explanation has for us. And so Sheikh Al-Jabarti, rahimahullah, he says, متفق بكسر الفاء لفظا وخطا منصوبان بنزع الخافض أي في اللفظ والخط أي حديث اتفقت أسماء رواته في اللفظ والكتابة مع اختلاف أشخاصهم ومسمياتهم متفق بسكون القاف للوزن. So he says, the muttafiq, agreeing or compliant, like, you know, the word ittifaq, we have ittifaq, we have an agreement. So agreeing, muttafiq, with a kasra on the fa, lafzan wa khattan, in lafz, in expression, and khat, and in writing, in script. What agrees in wording and writing? Meaning, so here, Mansubani bin Nazir al-Khafid. I won't explain that for now. Just has to do with the Arabic language. A hadithun ittafaqat asma'u ruwatihi, meaning a hadith in which the names of its narrators agree in wording and writing. They are pronounced the same and spelled the same. Yani, writing here could say spelling. مع اختلاف أشخاصهم ومسمياتهم. Same pronunciation, same writing, different persons though, different people. Yani, different people with the same name. In other words, we are talking about a type of hadith called, the meaning of this name of hadith is same names, different people. So this is a type of hadith, or that's what they say. It's a kind of hadith. But what they mean is this is a topic. This is a topic in the hadith science. For sure, it must be easy for you to conceive that such a topic would inevitably be pulled out, extracted, and studied. Even in your own classroom when you were in school, there was probably someone who had your name. Probably not your first and last name, but at least your first name, or maybe just your last name. So it's an important field. Muttafiq. This kind is called muttafiq. With a sukoon on the qaf to keep the beat. وَضِدُّهُ, and the opposite of that فيما ذكرناه الجار والمجرور متعلق بالضد لأنه بمعنى المثل. أي في الاتفاق الذي ذكرناه في اللفظ والخط دون المسمى والشخص مفترق. So he says, and the opposite. Its opposite concerning what we have mentioned is muftariq, diverging. So if muttafiq is same name, different people, then the opposite should be same person, different name. He says here, بكسر الراء مبتدأ مؤخر أي يسمى بذلك وعبارة الناظم في هذا البيت مع ركتها توهم أن المتفق قسم والمفترق قسم آخر. So Sheikh Al-Jabarti, he has criticism for this line of poetry. He says this line, this wording of the author, of the poet, the composer, in this line, along with its weakness, ma'arikatiha, he's saying this line is weak. It's brittle. Yani, if I would offer a word, it's corny. This line is corny. This line with its corniness, not that the information is corny, no. We're talking about the poetry here. The quality of his bars, if you want, if you accept that. Yeah, this is not the speech of Allah. It's not expected to be completely perfect from beginning to end without flaw. The speech of Allah will be perfect from beginning to end without flaw, the revealed speech of Allah. And the speech of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam will be perfect without flaw at a level lower than the level of the Quran itself, though. And the speech of someone else, some weakness could creep into it. Mistake could creep into it. So he says this line with its corniness gives the impression that the muttafiq, same name, different person, different people, same name, different people, is one category. Wal muftariq, which is the opposite, so it should be same person, different names, is another division. وَلَيْسَ كَذَلِكَ, and that's not the case. وَالْمَعْرُوفُ بَلِ الصَّوَابُ أن المتفق والمفترق بهذا التركيب اسم لقسم واحد. And what's known, and in fact what's correct, is that al-muttafiq wal-muftariq, both of those words together as a compound, that's a title there. With this construction, with this compound, is a single name. It's a title in itself. Al-muttafiq wal-muftariq. Ismun qismin wahid. وَكَذَا مَا بَعْدَهُ, and likewise the one that's coming up. وَهُوَ, which is al-mu'talifu wal-mukhtalif. The author's wording gives the impression that it's two different kinds when really it's one. It's a single title. We have the tarkib with this compound or this composure or composition. اسم لقسم واحد وإن أوهم كلام الناظم أيضا أن المؤتلف قسم والمختلف قسم آخر. Even if the author's words give the impression that the mu'talif is one division and the mukhtalif is another division. ومما يدل على ما قلت عبارات المؤلفين, and amongst what proves what I have said is the phrasing of the authors في هذا الفن. The authors in this field, the scholars who have written books of hadith terminology, min al-mutaqaddimin wal-mutaakhirin, old and new, former and latter. قال العراقي في ألفيته في الألفية. Al-Iraqi said in the Alfiya, which what we are coming up to next, inshallah. I think you know. That's the plan. When we finish Al-Bayquniya, we want to go to Al-Iraqi, the Alfiya of Al-Iraqi. Now he's citing Alfiya. He said, Al-Iraqi said in the Alfiya, وَلَهُمُ الْمُتَّفِقُ الْمُفْتَرِقُ مَا لَفْظُهُ وَخَطُّهُ مُتَّفِقُ. It means they have also another kind. Al-Muttafiq al-Muftariq. It is that which its wording and spelling agree. So Sheikh Al-Jabarti says here, فَخُذْ مَا بَيَّنْتُ لَكَ شَاكِرًا. So take what I have clarified for you thankfully, yani, with appreciation, appreciatively. Take it appreciatively. وَكُنْ لِمَا نُبِّهْتَ ذَاكِرًا. And then be about what has been drawn to your attention, mindful. Then be about what has been drawn to your attention, mindful. وَيَنْقَسِمُ الْمُتَّفِقُ وَالْمُفْتَرِقُ إِلَىٰ أَقْسَامٍ. The muttafiq and muftariq divide into categories. الأول أن تتفق أسماؤهم وأسماء آبائهم وأجدادهم. The first category is for the names of the narrators as well as the names of their fathers and their grandfathers to agree. Fulan, the son of Fulan, the son of Fulan. More than one person with this name. Nahu, such as Ahmad. Here, there's an alif on this word, ibn. So, unless there's something I don't know, that's a mistake. Because it came between two masculine names without the word ibn being at the beginning of the line. Yani, it came between two masculine names while in the midst of the line. So, should not have an alif unless there's something that I don't know. Yani, this book has been well taken care of as far as taking mistakes out of it. So, as far as I know, that's a mistake. A typo or printing mistake, spelling mistake. But it could be that what happened was that when this was typed, the word ibn was at the beginning of this line. And then somehow in the printing, when words get, or yani in the process, and words get shifted around, maybe the font was increased in size, for example. So then the word shifted from its place without realizing that. I know that for sure happens. That's one thing about Arabic, printing Arabic books, this word ibn. So if you're writing with a pen on paper, that's easy. But when you're typing, the words shift sometimes. So then what was correct could become a mistake inadvertently. So, for example, Ahmed ibn Ja'far ibn, like that. Hamdan. Ahmed ibn Ja'far ibn Hamdan. Arba'ah. There are 4 of those. Muta'asirun. And all of them are contemporaries. Fi tabaqatin wahida. All in the same level. So then right there it tells you, knowing this is important. Knowing this field here, this sub-topic of hadith science. الثاني أن تتفق أسماؤهم وأسماء آبائهم. The second is for their names and their fathers' names to agree. كالخليل ibn Ahmad. Like Al-Khalil ibn Ahmad, sittatu rijal. There are 6 men with this name. Oh, akthar or more. Oh, aktharu. الثالث أن تتفق الكنية والنسبة معا. The third category is having the same kunya. Kunya is the name that starts with Abu such and such, or such and such. So I'm just going to call it kunya. The third is for the kunya and the perhaps I could say the representation. Yani, I mean by that, what city does he rep? What block does he rep? What town does he represent? Oh, he represents Mecca and he's a Mecci. When I say represent here, I'm using it in like a colloquial way. Pretty much slang usage here. It's nisbah, his attribution. Subhanallah. What if they was saying back in the day, attribute, instead of represent? Okay, anyway. So his kunya and his attribution being the same, that's the third kind. Nahwu, such as ma'an, together, such as Abi Imran al-Jawni, such as Abu Imran al-Jawni, بفتح الجيم, with a fatha on the jim and a sukoon on the wow. Then there are 2 men who have this name. Abu Imran, so Abu Imran, that's kunya. Al-Jawni, that's the attribution. Sorry, did I say Al-Kawni? Al-Jawni. Al-Rabi'u أن يتفق الاسم واسم الأب والنسبة. The third category is agreement in name and father's name and attribution. Nahwu, such as Muhammad ibn Abdillah al-Ansari. Here is at the end of the line without an alif. The alif in the word ibn. When do you erase the alif in the word ibn? When it's between 2 masculine names. Fulan ibn Fulan. So neither of those is a woman's name. And not at the beginning of the line. When it's between 2 masculine names and not at the beginning of the line, then you will remove the alif from the word ibn. So an example of same name, same father's name, and same attribution is Muhammad ibn Abdullah al-Ansari. Ithnan. Muhammad, that's the name, his moniker. Ibn, son of Abdullah, that's his father's name. Al-Ansari. Ansari is his attribution. Ithnan, there are 2 men with this name. Al-Khamisu an tattafiqa kunahum wa asma'u abaihim. The 5th is agreement in their kunyas and the names of their fathers. Ka'Abi Bakr ibn Ayyash. Like Abu Bakr ibn Ayyash. So Abu Bakr is the kunya. The kunya and the name of their fathers. Ayyash is the father. Like Abu Bakr ibn Ayyash, Thalatha. There are three men with this name. As-sadisu aksu ma qablahu. The sixth is the opposite of what's before it. وهو أن تتفق أسماؤهم وكنا آبائهم, which is for their names to agree and the names of their fathers. Their names and the names of their fathers. Nahu, such as Salih ibn Abi Salih, such as Salih, the son of the father of Salih, as if his name is Salih, the son of his own father. Arba'ah, there are four men with this name. As-sabi'u an tattafiqa asma'uhum. So notice here he didn't go into actual hadiths. This is something related to the chain of the hadith. And more specifically related to the narrators. Identifying the narrators in the chain. When two people have the same name, then each one is the Sami of the other. Sami. So if your name is Malik, and then you know someone else named Malik, then he's your Sami. And if your name is Jamal, or if your name is Rashid, and you met someone else or knew someone else named Jamal or Rashid, then that one is your Sami. He says the sixth kind is أن تتفق أسماؤهم نحو عبد الله إذا أطلق, is for their names to be the same when said without qualification. When said without qualification. Yani, like Abdullah. Isn't it? For example, in your own community, maybe there's a brother name, more than one brother with a name. So you say, brother Mujahid. So you'd say, which one? I mean black Mujahid. No, I mean white Mujahid. Yeah, we just say the name without qualification. That's what we're talking about here. Do you know brother Muhammad? Which one? So, as-sabi'u, the seventh is for their names to agree when said without qualification, such as Abdullah. فَإِذَا كَانَ بِمَكَّةَ فَابْنُ الزُّبَيْرِ. So, if you are talking about Mecca, then Abdullah is Ibn Zubayr. أو بِالْمَدِينَةِ فَابْنُ عُمَرِ. And if you're talking, if he's from Medina, or if you're talking about Medina, and Abdullah from Medina, then that's Ibn Umar. أو بالكوفة فابن مسعود. And if you're talking about an Abdullah in Kufa, then that's Ibn Mas'ud. أو بالبصرة فابن Abbas. And if you're talking about Basra, then that's Ibn Abbas. أو بخراسان فابن المبارك. And if you're talking about Khurasan, so that's out there somewhere in what's today Iran, or maybe Afghanistan, somewhere around there. Then that's Ibn al-Mubarak, Abdullah ibn al-Mubarak. Or Bisham, or if you're talking about the Levant, then who's Abdullah? Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As. Amr ibn al-As. ومؤتلف بكسر اللام مأخوذ من الائتلاف. Now we're getting to the next line. And the mu'talif, which means compliant or harmonious, meaning in accord, Mu'talif with the kasra on the lam is taken from al-i'tilaf, compliance, accordance. وهو الاتفاق. Linguistically, i'tilaf is ittifaq, which means compliance. متفق الخط فقط دون اللفظ فإنه فيه مختلف. The mu'talif is when it has the same spelling but not the same pronunciation. Two names with the same spelling, not the same pronunciation. How could that be? By not regarding the dots. So that's what the Arabs mean here when they are talking this way. They're saying spelled the same. How spelled the same? Ka and ha and jim have the same spelling? Yeah, they do. You might say, what about the dot? Say, disregard the dot here. By disregarding the dot, like imagine that there's no dots, then spelled the same. But imagine that there is a dot or a different harakat, then it's pronounced differently. وضده أي ومثل المؤتلف مختلف. And the opposite of it, meaning what's similar to it, is مختلف, differing. بكسر اللام أي يسمى بذلك وهو أن تختلف الأسماء نطقا وتأتلف خطا. This is for the names to vary in pronunciation while agreeing in spelling. فخشى الغلط. So fear the blunder. الفاء للإفصاح أي احذر من الوقوع في التصحيح. This is new to me. الفاء للإفصاح. I need to ask about that. The meaning of فخشى الغلط is beware of falling into perversion because of these names, by not mastering these names. This alone tells you how well the hadith scholars will have studied and how strong their memories are, because they are not mixing these things up for the most part. They might make a mistake. They are impeccable humans. Not impeccable humans. They are fallible humans. You say peccable without imp? They are fallible humans subject to mistake. So they could possibly, but for the most part, they don't mix these things up. ومن أمثلة المؤتلف والمختلف أسيد مكبرا وأسيد مصغرا. An example of same spelling, different pronunciation. So this kind is called same spelling, different pronunciation. Or any different sound if you want. I'll just say pronunciation and not pronunciation. Same spelling, different pronunciation. Both of these are one name. Al-Mu'talif wal-Mukhtalif. We already explained to you. The way the Baykuni, the author of the Baykuni poem, produced it is as if they are two different things. No, it's one name for a kind. The kind is same spelling, different pronunciation. Al-Mu'talif wal-Mukhtalif. We just got out of Al-Muttafiq wal-Muftariq. That's going to be same name, same pronunciation and spelling. Different people. Yani same name, different people. Same name, different people. Next one is still different people, but only same spelling with different pronunciation. Such as Asid, someone whose name is Asid, versus someone whose name is Usaid. So take away the harakat, spelled exactly the same, but pronounced differently. وحبان بكسر الحاء وحبان بفتحها, and like hibban with the kasra on the ha and habban with the fatha on the ha. وغير ذلك, and other than that. Wallahu a'lam, and Allah knows best. The explainer finished this discussion here. And that's it. Now he's going to talk about the next type of hadith. We'll save that for next time, if Allah allows. Do you have any question I can answer for you? سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.